All right, now, what if I told you that the public has been told about a victim that had already been described by the people around him as the aggressive one? Right. Today, we are going to listen to newly released audio involving Megan Metcalf, where she discusses incidents involving her son, Hunter. We'll also go through an email from a cheerleader describing him, the whole encounter itself, that she says left students frightened from Hunter, right? We're going to get into all of that. But I'm also reacting to Queen Sheba Darling. Shout out to my sister, Queen Sheba Darling, who was actually inside the courtroom throughout this whole trial. And we're going to break it all down. We're going to see what was said. We're going to compare it to what came out during the case. And we're going to let you decide for yourselves. But as always, we stick into the facts. We stick into the audio. We stick into the documents and the testimony. Look, I got the sock face on the testimonies because, you know what I mean? It was switching up. We already know that. And we're just going to get into what is available and we're going to get right into it. So salute to everybody. Welcome to On Go. I'm Uda. Make sure y'all like and make sure y'all subscribing. I will be doing a poll shortly. I want y'all all to hit the poll and make sure that you're involved. Make sure y'all active in these chats, all right? Salute to everybody that's involved. Let's get right into the reaction, right? Let me just make sure that we good. Yeah, we lit. Let's get into it.
In the audio, you can hear Megan Metcalf substantiating and validating this toxic, aggressive behavior when it comes to a cheerleader, a girl who was scared out of her wits, the same way Karmelo Anthony was scared out of his. The cheerleaders took to the proper chain of command, and they called out the Metcalf boys via email to the football coaches in the school district, and they said this is an occurring behavior. And you can hear the mother in the audio validating this behavior. Ma'am.
Nasty work. I don't want to disturb the queen. Nasty work. She's validating this. She's condoning it. She's co-signing it. But as a woman, you got to tell your young son, that is not how you treat girls. That is not how you treat women. Because if you're treating girls like that, you're going to grow up to treat your wife like that. And maybe, allegedly, it's why her own sons may treat her this way. As a mother, you got to tell these young boys, don't care what color they are, you got to tell them the right way to make sure that we steering our children in the right direction. My son is 18, going to be 19. He is in the age group of both Hunter, Austin, and Karmelo Anthony. RIP to Austin. He passed away. But this is a fact, bro. These are facts. So let's get right to it.
I'm going to say this to you. I'm going to assume that this is a little white girl that he was speaking to in that manner. So I think he's an equal opportunist. I think Hunter's temperament is an equal opportunity experience for anyone when he doesn't get his way, because they said he crashed out on the prosecutors who are white, right? Sounds like he crashed out and initiated confrontation with Karmelo Anthony. So this could just be a situation of that's just how he is. But Megan and Jeff Metcalf, if you don't sit this boy down and get all up in his fucking face and explain to him that although Karmelo Anthony has been found responsible for the death of his twin brother, that he bears a fucking responsibility in it because he cannot maintain his temper. And because of his actions and because of his inability to self-regulate, his brother is no longer here.
We all know that he's the one that initially kicked it off. He's the first instigator, the initiator of the instigation. Hunter accelerated it with physical contact and everything else. So we understand that.
Because of his instability and his instability, his inability to self-regulate, he scared the bejesus out of a group of young girls. And Megan, you have the audacity to fix your mouth and said they should have supported him They don't have to support your toxic son. That's not their job as little girls. Their mother don't send them to school. Their fathers don't raise them to rally around Hunter Metcalf and make sure Hunter Metcalf feels capable and confident. Your son doesn't get to regulate somebody else's thoughts, somebody else's opinions, and how somebody else's choose to live their lives or articulate themselves. Your son doesn't get to crash out. You are enabling a monster. And from what I'm being told and what I hear in the news, your son is on his way off to college, setting off to deal with the real world. The real world is not going to allow Hunter Metcalf, the one you describe as the aggressive one, to bully them, to bully their children. I wouldn't feel safe if I were a mother or a father having my daughter date Hunter Metcalf. I wouldn't, because I don't know what he's capable of when he doesn't get his way. If you are capable of calling an innocent girl a fat bitch in front of an entire room with little to no worry about the repercussions of your actions, that means you've done this thing before or you witnessed this type of behavior. So now I'm looking at you, Jeff Metcalf, because as a man, what have you demonstrated to your boy within the confines of your home when you were in the household? Because I do believe at some point you were not in the household because you also became a menace to society. You also created adverse childhood experiences for your son. And it seems like Hunter has taken on your behavior. My grandmother used to always say, you can't whoop everybody. And you won't always be the baddest motherfucker in the room. She used to say, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. And the same thing that makes you laugh will make you cry. You are enabling your child to be a very toxic and dangerous man, not only to others, but to himself. Because see, in order to live in that constant state of mind, I can only imagine psychologically what he goes through. And it doesn't sound like you've used any of that $1 million GoFundMe to put him in therapy and or insist that he works with a professional, not only for grief, but also.
Damn, Queen Sheba, that's bars. That's bars, bro. He needs therapy. Besides what they've been through from childhood, the adolescent childhood experiences, and his brother died. He needs therapy. What you're raising is a monster. Everybody can look at Karmelo as this monster, but no one can see them like that. Hunter said to the girls, he said about them that these hands are bisexuals. Both boys and girls can get them. Was the defense sleeping? I'm gonna leave that up to y'all. I want everybody hitting the like button. I want everybody subscribing to Uda on Go, and I want everybody to hit that poll. All right. I will be changing the poll shortly, but I just want to gauge where we at. I got a question in there. Y'all write in the question box, whatever we need to do. I need you active in the chat. I'm not rushing nothing. If you don't need to be here, then it's okay. We're gonna be here and we're gonna get the facts. So we're gonna get into the audio, we're gonna get into the emails, and we're gonna get to everything and break it all down. That's what we deal with here. This is not an echo chamber. Everybody's able to have their own thoughts. Hopefully, we're respectful about our thoughts, but everybody's able to have their own thoughts here. Okay, let's get into it. Shout out to my Queen Sheba.
Also for anger management, right? Anger management. Two separate issues in the realm of psychology. I do believe on one audio you stated that things had become so bad for Austin that he couldn't take it anymore inside of your home, Megan, that he left to go. I'm sorry, I said Austin. That things had become so bad for Hunter inside the home. Listen to this, that you allowed him to go stay with Austin's girlfriend for a month. Unacceptable, mother. Unacceptable, mother. You don't put a warm body next to your toxic son to help him heal. You put his ass in therapy. You give him the appropriate coping skills to be able to deal with whatever it is that's going on the inside of him. But you don't put somebody's daughter next to him. You don't put him in somebody else's household. And even if, quote unquote, Austin's girlfriend agreed, ma'am, you are exploiting the vulnerability of an innocent girl. What kind of mother are you to give your twin son permission to go stay with a girl who's also hurting? She's not his fucking therapist. She's not his mother. She's an inexperienced teenage girl. And the fact that you would allow him to go stay with his brother's girlfriend for a month says a lot about you at the core as a woman. What kind of woman would do that to another budding young girl? You understand that boys, when they suppress, he didn't want to go stay with a friend. He wanted to go stay with his brother's girlfriend. You know, boys have hormones. You know, boys, most boys who don't heal, they hoe. They want to have sex to get the aggression out. You are some kind of wonderful. And ma'am, I really hope you continue to talk, because I think you've gotten too comfortable. And I think what you've seemed to have forgot is that this case is up for appeal, and anything that you say and use can and will be held against you. And the fact that you have described Hunter Metcalf as volatile, passionate, aggressive, that's just how he is. Why the fuck would you think it's okay to let your son, who you described as, yes, Hunter, not Austin, she said. Austin would never get aggressive with a girl, but Hunter would. So why would you think it's okay to allow this boy on this screen to go to somebody else's daughter's house? No, I'm being sarcastic. Let me do my content like I like to do it. Because see, if you understand the way my wit works, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, you some kind of wonderful. You're taking advantage of an innocent girl who's grieving. You should fucking tell your son that's unacceptable. And even if she's a friend, it's the principality of it, Hunter. It's the way it looks, Hunter. We don't want to tarnish this young girl's name, Hunter. We would never want anybody to think that you and her have anything going on, Hunter, outside of you being a doting brother, Hunter. But my job as a woman, Hunter, and as your fucking mother is to tell you, go find somebody else. But not Austin's girlfriend, son. It sends the wrong message, even if it's not true, son. See, the Bible says you should train the child in the way they should go. And Jeff knows this because he's a Christian.
There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seat.
Jeff knows this. He knows the principality of Christianity. He knows the spiritual bylaws. He knows the story of Ruth and Boaz. He understands that Boaz sent Ruth away early in the morning, even though he hadn't tainted her, but it was the principality of it. And he encouraged Ruth to go back to her quarters before the sun rose, because if everybody sees her coming out of his home, they would assume that she is an indecent woman. You know what I'm talking about, Jeff, right? So your job is to bring your son up to be a proper husband and to teach him how to provide and protect, even if it's from himself, that he doesn't get to go to a young lady's house because he wants to.
Yo, I love to hear a woman speaking. As men, we're going to speak the way we speak, but it takes real women to really speak this clearly. Shout out to Queen Sheba for how she's speaking. She's a blessed soul, a sweet person. Shout out to Queen Sheba. I spent 40 days at Diddy's trial with Queen Sheba. She's one of the sweetest, most blessed people. But she ain't with the BS. She not with it. And I love that about her. Shout out to my sister, man. Shout out to her for being at that trial and covering this case as well. I want y'all dropping likes. I want y'all making sure that y'all are hitting that notification bell, subscribing, but hit the poll. I will be changing the poll shortly. Let's take a listen, all right, y'all? I ain't got to do too much talking, but we're going to get into a breakdown. I may be even dropping the link so that a couple of y'all can tell me what you think.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the right one today because he wants to. He doesn't get to confront somebody because he wants to. He doesn't get to call somebody a fat bitch because he wants to. What if he gets there and decide he want a little something, something? And he wants to kiss and hug and rub. And he needs a hug. And she decides she doesn't. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It could never be my fucking daughter. Because I would have told him to get the fuck out. I'm sorry. We're all grieving. But son, you could never stay in my daughter's apartment for a month. I would have called your mama. I would have called your daddy. And I don't know what we got to do. He ain't got to go home. But he got to get the fuck up out of here.
Slackness. Slack for a month, for a month.
And you ain't got no more of that money? That $1 million? You ain't got nothing to get him in some type of facility? You see what I'm saying? As innovative and creative as we are in the healthcare landscape, if whatever he's going through is breaking him down, you mean to tell me you didn't save a little bit of something from that GoFundMe, that Go Give Send? You didn't save a little something to anticipate a rainy day psychologically, a day when there's no amount of applause, there's no amount of sympathy or empathy that can make you feel better. The day that your back is against the wall. You mean to tell me you ain't saved nothing to be able to take care of your son, to put him somewhere? If the shit got too bad, I know you got an 8-bedroom house and they say Mr. Metcalf got him a good old Ford truck. Yeah. What about the next step? The next.
But Queen Sheba, I did hear that some people were saying that I think Austin was living with the mother, and at one point Hunter was living with the dad. We heard Hunter come out and say, I'm not going to see him on the field again. What happened to being home? What happened to being in the living room? What happened to being amongst each other? Maybe they weren't living together, but we're going to get into the facts of all that. We're going to get into that too.
Best step. When you got to look yourself in the mirror, woulda, coulda, shoulda. What contingencies do you have in place now? Because my daughter and her warm body ain't it. My daughter and her warm body ain't it. Ain't no fucking way both of your sons get to lay next to her. Yeah. Oh, I'm just getting warmed up, y'all.
Yeah, she warming up, but we're going to get into this email. We're going to get into 2 audios. She's going to play an audio. I'm going to play an audio from Megan Metcalf. But do you not see this image on your screen? You heard what the football player said? He said that these hands is bisexual, Hunter said. Both boys and girls could get them. The girl was so scared at the bottom of this email. She said, listen, please don't let them know it's me that I'm sending this because I'm scared of what they will do. But Karmelo's a boy. What, he can't be scared to think what they're going to do? Only Karmelo is the aggressive one, right? That's what you're going to tell me, right? So why the prosecutor ain't bring up his past that was aggressive? Let's get into that. Because we all know when it comes to people that's this kind of skin tone and even darker, when you get arrested for anything, they bring up your whole past. When he was 6 years old, he stole one sugar daddy. He stole a Laffy Taffy. They bring up your whole life. We know that. So why they ain't going to that? Because they ain't want to play that game with Hunter, Austin, and Karmelo. Because we would have probably seen more of a speckled past on the twins than we would have seen on Karmelo Anthony. Regardless of what you think about the situation. Let's just talk facts. That's why they didn't bring that up. But word Brady materials hidden. And did the prosecutor withhold evidence or even hide evidence? That's another question. Make sure you check my last 2 videos where we go into that breakdown and what happens to evidence from the crime or the incident or whatever happens in a situation in further into a case. Did the police take everything? Did they? What happened to the cell phone footage? You mean to tell me there's no cell phone footage? Did they even go about acquiring cell phone footage? No. We live in a world star. We live in a world star world, y'all. Okay? Everybody filming everything we goddamn see. We already know that. So you mean to tell me all these students, even 21 people that testified up that thing, you going to tell me that ain't nobody got no camera footage? We did see one of their friends go see the guy that walked in with Hunter. The first 3 people that walked in the beginning of this video is Austin and his 2 friends. The next 2 people that walk in is Hunter and his friend. That's the friend that ran to the garbage after Karmelo's running. He ran to the garbage with a veracity. What he threw in that garbage? Ask yourself these questions. We could be Matlock today. Let's ask ourselves some Matlock questions. Okay, cool.
I'm just getting warmed up because if you know your son has issues, why are you supporting this type of behavior? Let's get into it. Let's go ahead and start the audio. Let's start the audio. Y'all.
Start that audio, y'all. We getting warmed up. I want everybody dropping likes. I want everybody voting on that poll. I will be changing the poll question. Salute to Shadow, the Titan Wasp, with the first super chat. Salute to him. We highlighting your chat. If you want your chat highlighted, make sure you get in and super chatting. Make sure you're subscribing. My Cash App, Uda on Go. You already know. PayPal, the same thing. Everything Uda on Go. But listen, shout out to Shadow the Titan Wasp. New book about to get published. Got a new publisher. That's the type of things we doing out here. We're making great moves, changing our lives, and doing something positive and better with our lives. So Megan Metcalf, you need to be telling your son what to be doing, which is better with his life. He already lost his brother. Do you want to lose him too? We tired of playing these games, y'all. Ain't no color on a good person. All right? Good. Let's get into it.
I done got all riled up. I done got all riled up. American Born said, this makes me sick. Me too. You don't take advantage. And that's why when I came out, I said, hey, you better be quiet. You better shut up, Jeff Metcalf, because you are pulling the attention from your son to you. Now we're looking at your iniquities. Now we're looking at the deficits and the flawed character traits in your household. Now we're looking at a lot of things that we didn't have access to. I'm not saying you can't talk or you should. You're a grieving father, correct? But keep the main thing, which is Austin Metcalf. You and your wife have single-handedly managed to vandalize this boy's legacy. Legacy. You talking about everything but Austin. You still haven't given us a full picture of who Austin is. Your toxicity, your demons, the devils, the things that are living inside you are dominating his memory. He deserves better if you ask me. He deserves better if you ask me. Better representation, better white nationalists, white supremacists covering his case. You went for the low-hanging fruit to send out there to that courthouse. He deserves better voices. He deserves some dogs that's willing to work on his behalf and not take the attention off of him, if that's really the goal. He deserves some mofos that's going to stay up all night to make sure his name is never forgotten. Oh, yeah, you got the right one. Yeah. You got the right one. He deserves better. That's all I'm saying. And for those of you that don't understand my satire, it'll hit you. It'll hit you out of nowhere one day. Could be a year from now. You'd be like, damn. I got it now. Yeah. But we moved on to a different case.
Bruh. Bruh.
Yeah. Witty. You should have picked the best of the best to represent him at that courthouse. Y'all just sat down in front of anybody, just talking. Words are not measured, just talking about shit that ain't got nothing to do with Austin, but everything to do with your egos, your ill will, your flesh. You say, I love your satire. Oh, yeah. English was my favorite subject, technical writer, took up a lot of technical writing in college, philosophy, loved it, theology. You should have had the best of the best YouTubers out there. You should have had some skilled agents out there that knew how to work a crowd without inciting racism. No meth heads allowed. Nobody with the chalky past. None of that allowed when it comes to Austin. You should have had the best of the best. Nobody that's willing to break the law, stalk, harass, dox. That ain't going to help him. That's not going to help. Because in a minute, mofos will start fighting back. And like I said, then everything becomes about y'all and not about him. Ain't no way I would ever vandalize my son's memory to have a fucking moment. Yeah, shots fired. Ain't no way. But hey, who am I? Because let them tell it. Our brains aren't developed. And we chimping out. Oh, yeah, rock on. Rock on. But let's get to this audio. You could never. My grandpa used to say you would have to stay up all night just to get with me. Nope, I'm not reviewing 911 call. None of that. That's not important today. You would have to, I know what he said. You would have to stay up all night to outsmart me, out philosophize me, outwit me. You could never. But the next time you need a representative, hit me up. Let me point you in the right direction for a nominal fee. Because that what you had out there ain't did what it was supposed to do. It ain't gave what you think it gave. You're failing your son miserably. Both of them. Let me know when you all can see the screen. We're about to get into it. Here's what Megan Metcalf had to say.
Everybody
y'all.
drop a like. Hit the poll now. Tell me what y'all thinking. Share this live. Share this.
Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Don't want to watch this. Share.
This thing is doing kind of what it wants to do. Give me 1 second. Here we go. We got to start it all over. Hold on.
Take your time, Queen. Do what you got to do. We're going to get to it. I got the audio. I got the other audio lined up too right here. So we can get into my audio right now. I'm ready.
Trying to talk to Brandon about.
Hold on.
you know anything about the cheerleader email? We kind of talked to Brandon about it a little bit. He didn't go into too much detail because of his, and he just said like kids were disciplined, and that's
yeah. So the incident was that we had played Frisco Liberty that night and lost, and we should have beat them because they hadn't won a game in like 3 years. So the whole football team was frustrated and upset, and Austin and Hunter were physically upset even at the game. Like they got in trouble from the coaches because like Austin threw his helmet. Hunter was the one that who's kind of more of like he would get more upset about things.
All right. So that's the first instance.
You already heard her. I know a mother going to cape for their child. I get it. But we also got to show our children the right way, or they can become monsters in society. This is a fact. I've seen it happen in my whole life. Trust me.
She's saying the kids lost the game, the football players. Of course, they were rightfully upset. Athletes get upset. But her children demonstrated more of a behavior that caught the attention of the coaches where they got in trouble. She describes Austin as throwing his helmet, but Hunter displayed an escalation of behavior, which she describes as more upset than that. So if Austin is throwing his helmet on the field, what the hell could Hunter be doing that would be more escalated and more aggressive than that? Ma'am, your kids are aggressive.
He went back out on the field and finished the game. Austin was like, I'm done. He was just, there was only like 2 minutes left. And he was just pissed. He was just in one of those moods. But after the game was over, him and Hunter and I know for sure one other kid who was an offensive lineman went to Cane's to eat. And I'm going to be honest with you. The cheerleaders, I love the girls. I wasn't a fan of the coach because as a coach myself, I was a volleyball coach for a long time. You want to encourage your kids to encourage the other teams.
Girl, stop it. I played volleyball in college and in high school.
What's she talking about? She not a fan of the coach. Why? Because the coach probably told your kids something, especially after that email was sent to the coaches and everybody saying that your son being aggressive with them, talking about his hands is bisexual, that both boys and girls could get it. And she's so scared that at the end of the email, she says, listen, please don't say that I sent this email because I'm scared of what could happen to me and my friend. And we are discouraged to even cheer them on because we are cheerleaders for the same team that they playing for. So what? They can't have freedom of speech in America? This ain't America. Okay.
School. Our coaches ain't never told us how to encourage, how to cheer. I mean, they may say, make sure y'all go to the games if you can. We want to be supportive like that, but they don't give us a dialogue and or a narrative that we have to carry regarding other athletes. You're full of it.
And all those kind of things. And I felt like our cheerleaders just were like,
he did it as a cheer coach. She's a cheer
what's
coach.
the point?
Yeah.
And they were just like, what's the point? This is, our team's trash, this kind of thing. And the girls apparently were talking about the game. And
remember, Karmelo Anthony was joking under the tent also about them being trash.
Making comments about how crappy our team was. And Hunter, more than likely said something nasty to one of them because that's how he approaches things. And Austin just when everyone was like, man, I don't understand why you guys got to be like.
More than likely, because that's how he approaches things. Seems like the mother know him better than everybody else, especially everybody on damn YouTube. That's just how he approaches things. So he was the first initial instigator of the whole situation and went to speak to Karmelo. So how did he approach him? And what made his brother want to come out with that veracity that his brother came out and accelerated the situation? Y'all not gonna factor those things in. Okay, cool.
Bad. Like we're upset that we lost, and this is how you're not even going to support us. So there was not like a physical altercation. It was more of verbal of like, you guys are assholes for not, you're supposed to be First School Memorial supporters and you're acting like we're shit. And you're cheerleaders on top of that. So fast forward to the email that was sent. From what I understand, the coach had talked to Austin and Hunter about just what happened on the field the night before. And then the coach had sent the email, and Coach Jackson, who was our head football coach, actually told them, if you have a problem, you need to go to the police because it was off campus. And there was nothing he's going to do because it was off campus.
And she's gloating. She's gloating. Your sons were clearly in the wrong. Your son threatened to hit a cheerleader. And you said, well, it wasn't physical. And I heard it almost. I heard he was saying my hands are bisexual. Fat bitch. Who does that? Who behaves that way? That's a football player in a public place towards a girl in a skirt because she has an opinion about the game. And then to hear his mother gloat. Well, you got a problem with it? Call the police because it didn't happen on campus. How about it should never happen? Doesn't matter if it happens on campus or not. It's happening, ma'am, in real time.
Campus. So nothing came of it other than, yes, there was a talking to. And again, I go back to the original fact. Austin would never disrespect a girl per se. Hunter, he could have some choice words for someone who was going to be disrespecting him. I'm just going to be completely frank. That's just how he is. They were identical twins, but they were two.
Oh, Austin's not going to do that to a girl. Hunter, that's just how he is. Let's be very frank, she said. They're identical, but it's like Cain and Abel. You heard his mother say,
Completely different type of children. But the end result, nothing happened in that regard. And then I actually asked someone here recently, how it got leaked or whatever, how the email had gotten out to all these people or whatever. And someone had mentioned more than likely it was a mom that was just
a mom that care about their child the right way. You ain't gonna be out here threatening my kids. My kids scared to come cheer for the school. She coming to speak. She ain't coming to condone no dumb stuff. She coming to speak up for her child. That's what happened. And look what the mother's downplaying. The mother's downplaying this. She downplaying this. This what you downplaying, lady? Megan? The other cheerleaders and I have tried to make an effort to stay supportive and spirited throughout the football season. However, the disrespect we feel coming from some of the football players is making it very difficult. Today, after our game against Liberty, some of us cheerleaders in uniform went to Canes. While talking amongst ourselves about the loss, which they could say what they want to say, Hunter Metcalf stood up and yelled that my friend and fellow varsity cheerleader is a fat biatch. I don't understand what triggers his rages. I mean, these are more than one rages that's going on. This is his personality. This seems more like Hunter's character. But to yell this unprovoked made us all really scared, terrified even, right? There is repercussions or some sort of a consequence, so we stay out of it. But for it to now be directed towards one of the people that shows up to every game to support and cheer them on is astounding to me. After they left Canes, one of the other football players, shout out to him for telling the truth, one of the other football players told us that Hunter said that his hands were bisexual. Both boys and girls can get them. She is not only embarrassed, but genuinely scared, especially after seeing the way that he can act out on the field. I'm only coming to you because I feel that you should be aware that he is acting like this in public places, which is not a good look for our school's representation and is discouraging us to keep cheering them on. I'm sorry for having to even come to you about this, but after tonight, it truly feels like it's getting out of hand. I recognize that he may be upset that we lost, but there is no justification for the way he treated my friend tonight. I would also, P.S., your daughter is saying this to a staff and faculty coming to you and telling you something like this. Your daughter. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? I would also appreciate for my name to stay confidential, as I fear what they, not him just by himself, what they will do. So why couldn't Karmelo fear what they will do? Even though he'd be impressed by one at one point, he'd be impressed by another at one point, whether you say he'd be jumped or not. What about the fear in the atmosphere? What's going on in that tent for real? And why is the footage editorial? Why don't the footage start from the whole day and let us see when the raindrops falling on my head? Oh, me on the turning red. And why we can't see the raindrops from the beginning then? Look at my damn eyes. Why? Why it only start on certain of the footage? We over here guesstimating who arrived first, whether Karmelo or Austin. Why we got to debate that? Yes, I've been in contact with the court reporter, Miss Duggan. Yes, she told me we got to wait for the appellate procedure first, and then she's going to make the transcripts ready for me. I'm going to have to purchase them, and I will be purchasing them. I'll spend my money on Jordans, y'all. I ain't one of them brothers. So think about that. Why couldn't Karmelo feel scared? Why couldn't he have felt threatened? Why? Because he's a boy? Because he's a guy? Why? Because he came from Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Calio Projects? Roll on, get your roll on, because he came from Louisiana? Let's stop lying to ourselves, man. This is mama. If you ain't going to listen to somebody, mama, don't come to me with the drama. Don't come to me with the drama. Leave me be. Let's get back to my queen.
Pissed off and just decided.
It's a mom who has been privy to the proclivities of your son's appetite for violence. And because nothing happened, you lost your other son. So you're seated on a platform, but nothing happened, Something should have happened. Because something happening, a punishment, some type of reinforcement could have saved Austin's life. Because nothing happens to them, it got to the point of no return. Coach Rob Starr should have stayed with his initial decision to keep them off the team when he kicked them off the track team. But because he changed his mind, because nothing ever happens to them, now Austin Metcalf is no longer here. And if you can't see the correlation to nothing happening, warning comes before destruction. There is a slew of reference points that Megan and Jeff Metcalf can go back to and say, we should have stepped in here when he got in that cheerleader's face, when Hunter threatened to whoop her ass, and my hands are bisexual, and when Hunter called her a fat bitch, and the time they were kicked off the team, but nothing happened.
She was just going to do whatever to hurt my kids more than because she felt disrespected, because maybe it was her daughter that felt disrespected.
So to her, listen to this psychology, this sick psychology. Your son violated her daughter, placed her in fear of being physically harmed. And you believe the mother wanted to hurt your son by telling a real truth about what happened to her daughter.
What type of psychosis is that? Because they only say people that look like this for this skin tone. This is the way we are with it. No, look at this. Negligence is negligence. And this mother's negligent. We already know Jeff Metcalf negligent than a mom. So we ain't going to get into no Jeff. This is a mother. Regardless of who a father is going to be, a mother is a child's first God. That's the first person we look at as God, bro. That's a mom, son. When you're doing the wrong thing, you weaponizing against girls. What you gonna do when you grow up, but not be abusive, be domestically abusive, if no one's not telling you something about this? Especially a mother. The person is a woman that you're supposed to love the most, needs to speak to you, make you think about some of these things that you're doing and some of your actions. But she ain't doing that. She blaming everybody else but her son. Nowhere in this conversation she say, I scolded my son, I disciplined my son. I chastised him. I told him he don't need to be treating no girl, no woman like that. You might go to treat your wife like that. You might come to treat me like that. And I won't be surprised if they was treating their moms like that. Let's keep it 100,000 with each other. Let's keep it 100. So Megan Metcalf, you part the blame. And I still say R.I.P. to Austin Metcalf. And I feel bad for both sides because they both lost their child. One to the grave, one to the prison system. Do you know that his sentence, that don't mean he gonna come home? Just because he got an appeal and may take 6 years, however long, 3 years at the minimum, but that don't mean he coming home. Karmelo has already come out to say allegedly that he's being sexually harassed in the facility. You don't think people want to hurt him? You don't think people want to take his manhood? Do you not think that people that is actual unalivers and they've unalived on purpose and they've unalived since they've been in these facilities, you don't think they want to push him to the brink to see if he could do this again? I know many of people that went in there for 1 month, a few years. Next thing you know, they got 20 years. I got one of my friends, he caught a body in Brooklyn, New York. He went upstate in the mountains, you heard? With lifers, with Mufasas. You watch Lion King? Mufasa ain't died. His ass in jail, homie. Real Mufasas. He was Simba going in that building. Do you know what happened to him about a year or so later? I got a message from somebody that was in the jail. They said, yo, you know we saw so-and-so? I said, word, how you doing, yo? Yeah, all right. Nah, man. He's somebody's girlfriend in that building. And he's also dressed like a woman now. He does succumb to everything that happened to him. Okay? They got stockings in prison. So how he figured out to have them on. Ask yourself that question. You think prison is a bed of roses? What do you think? Shout out to anybody that could have made it out of there with your life intact, even with your face intact. They didn't scar your face. They didn't scar your body. You know what these prison guards do to you? Especially in these states, in these prisons? You know what they do to you? Feces in your food, lock you up in solitary confinement, say, yo, listen, but go in that cell right there. Myself, you go in that cell, a bunch of burly people coming in and can do some things to you. Do you know that? So beyond that 35-year sentence, he's going to be judged more than that. Don't get it twisted. So people say, he need more, he need this, he need that. Bro, if he can make it out of that zoo of a place, God bless him, son. God bless him. I feel bad for him as well. I do. I feel bad for Austin Metcalf. He didn't know pushing him would lead to him being unalive. Karmelo didn't understand that he would get 35 years for the same altercation that happened, bro. They were children. They were children. And we grown-ups making mistakes, but everybody's putting the weight of the world on our children. They were both kids. They were both kids. But they'll never get to live it down. They'll never get to say, you know what? I learned from it. At least 20-something of my friends are dead or gunshot victims. You know what I'm telling you? They in jail in places like where Karmelo's at, doing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. One of my friends doing 70 years in jail. Him and his co-defendant, my next homeboy, got 40, 70 and 40. This ain't no better roses, y'all. This ain't no better roses, y'all. It's real. It's real. And we need to have some damn humanity in our hearts, regardless of what the hell going on. Because sometimes we throwing stones, and them same stones gonna trickle off that glass house that we living in and bounce right back on our ass and knock our ass in our head. And next thing you know, it's one of our family members that's going through some of this shit. Have some humanity, have some compassion, have some empathy in your heart. Both sides of the families I feel for, even if his father, Jeff, being racist. I'm not a racist, brother and sisters. I'm not. But they lost a son. And I empathize with that. The Anthonys lost their son to the prison system, and I empathize with that too, man. It takes a cold, callous person not to empathize with both sides of this, regardless of the fact it ain't you, ain't your damn family, and it's what the hell you going so strong for. Your ass up. Your ass up, or you find yourself in a zoo. Let's see what you do. Let's see if you can survive. Let's see if you can survive. I know I would. God is the greatest. For real, for real. Make sure you praise him today. Jesus too.
Metcalf, from the mouth of the babe, his mother, Megan Metcalf, described her son as being the aggressive one. That's just how he is, according to the mother. And if the mother says it, I believe it. I know we've heard a lot of things in social media, but the mother has officially gone on record to describe and label Hunter Metcalf as the aggressive twin. We're going to listen to some of the audio. Megan Metcalf recently, over the past couple of weeks, painted Hunter Metcalf as a passionate young man. She said Austin would never be the type to call a young girl a bitch, but Hunter would. That's just how he is. So Megan Metcalf's leaked audio from TikTok is making waves. And I wasn't going to cover the initial audio because I'm like, you know what? It's just, it is what it is, right? But then there's another one that came about, and it raises new questions regarding how aggressive is Hunter Metcalf? Because according to the second audio that was leaked that's leaked regarding his mother hosting her own platform and just describing her child to us as the public, Hunter displayed some very concerning behavior during one of the court proceedings and literally threw a fit. Some people are saying he bullied the prosecution. He bullied the state, and he did not stop until he got his way. Initially, Hunter Metcalf,
He wasn't supposed to be in there. He wasn't going in there, and he bullied his way into that damn courtroom. And you're going to see the mother Kate and Catherine saying that they tucked him away in the corner, and nobody even realized that he was in the damn courtroom. Just get in your way. What we going to call this? Privilege? I ain't got to put a color in front of that word. We going to call it privilege? What you going to call it? What you going to call it? What you going to call it? I understand he lost his brother. I get it, bro. I feel for him too. He lost his brother, bro. Don't get it twisted, bro. But some things need to be nipped in the bud, and certain actions of our children need to be cut from the root before it blooms into this shit that we seeing. Ain't no color on this. Some people said that Karmelo Anthony was a king born. Angry man. Shut up, happy man. I don't want to hear nothing from you. You ain't from no damn street. Shut your ass up. Why he can't be like King Vaughn? Because he black? What happened? You never seen white King Vaughns? Yeah, I bet. Get your butter biscuits, angry man. The hell out of here. And I'm still in Brooklyn where your ass is supposed to be allegedly from. Keep your ass in Alabama. Alabama Barker. What the hell are you talking about? Watch your mouth, sir.
was not allowed in the courtroom. And that's standard, right? That's best practice. When you are being looked at as a potential witness, or you're going to be called to the stand as a witness, they do not want you in the courtroom. So throughout the entire trial, up until the moment he got his way, Hunter Metcalf was not in the courtroom because he was considered a witness. Well, child, in the audio that's been circulating online, Megan Metcalf allegedly described the events surrounding what Hunter did. And before she knew it, he was tucked away and allowed to get his way. They let him in the courtroom. They let him in the courtroom. And the mom is going to go in great detail on, you know what? Nobody saw him because we had him in the corner of the courtroom. The jury didn't see him. And I don't think anybody noticed him. My grandmother used to say all the time, keep them talking. When you have the ability to keep folks talking, she said, you find out a lot about them. Jeff Metcalf doesn't have a good reputation at all. Austin Metcalf did. And I don't know Austin Metcalf. I don't know the Metcalfs. I don't know the Anthony family. But let me tell you what I do know. And let me tell you, I'm going to share something with you that happened in January of 2026 of this year, right? I went on a 7-day cruise, really nice cruise. And I met a really nice lady. I'm not going to say her name. And I don't know if I've shared this with you all before, this information with you all before. We hit it off very well. We were in a casino. We had a good time. We stayed up. Really nice lady from McKinney, Texas, the Frisco area. And she's actually an educator. Yep. At Memorial High School during that time.
Wow. Small world, Queen Sheba. Small world. Shout out to that connection you made with that sister, whoever she is, man. Shout out to y'all for that. But small world.
Now, I didn't really have the ins and the outs of the entire story. I mean, I had a little bit of knowledge about the Karmelo Anthony trial, but I didn't know any details. I just knew that Karmelo Anthony fatally.
I want everybody watching to drop a like, and I want y'all to vote. Okay? I want you to drop a like. I want you to get interactive. I want you to stop watching, because we live in a watching world now. I'm from a time on earth where we did things for kids. We stopped and helped older people with their damn bags. Stop sitting around watching in a world star world. Because we know that somebody was a world star and they got that shit on camera, but we never got to see those footages. Did we ever get a chance to see it? Stop seeing what the hell's happening around us and start getting interactive. Drop likes. Hit the damn poll. Nobody begging you for your soul around here. You give it away for free everywhere else your ass at on YouTube. It wasn't me that begged your ass for it. Drop a like and stop playing around. Stop playing. Because we can always talk about everybody else like, well, what the hell are we doing out here? Who the hell are we helping? Bunch of goddamn Umar Johnsons around me. White, black, every goddamn color. That's taken from every goddamn body. Let's keep it facts. Let's keep it facts. Because you can only talk about somebody else that ain't doing shit. What is you doing? Not a goddamn thing. Megan Metcalf. I got a bunch of Megans in the damn chat. Let me know what the hell's going on. Ain't no color on the Megan Metcalf. Just goddamn negligent and caping and capping for some bullshit. That's what you're doing. So step your game up. Because my shit been stepped up.
Austin Metcalf. So as the lady and myself got to know each other over the course of a few days on the cruise, she asked me, are you familiar with the Karmelo Anthony trial? I said, not really. I said, I heard a little bit about it. She said, yeah, I used to teach Austin.
Look at God.
I said, oh, really? She said, yeah. And his twin brother, his name is Hunter. I said, okay. And she goes on to describe Austin as being a really good kid. Listen, I'm telling you facts. A conversation I had. She had nothing but great things to say about Austin.
Wow.
And then she said something that made my jaw drop. She said, the problem with this case and the outrage is because he killed the wrong twin. She said, Hunter is the one.
Look at that, bro. He's like, he's my protector and all of this stuff. And when he went on the damn news, look, his ass is Dennis the Menace. Let's keep it real. That's two people that said that Austin wasn't even like that. Even though they could have both been aggressive. But it seemed like his ass was the one. He the one that instigated the whole damn thing from the beginning. And damn sure is a major part of the reason why his brother ain't here. And he got to live that every single day. Facts of life. Okay.
That the people don't like. Hunter is the one that gives us a lot of problems. Hunter has a really bad reputation, not Austin so much. I don't have a dog in this fight. This is what a nice white woman told me. That's an educator, a constituent of Collin County. Those were her words, not mine. I don't know these kids. Didn't know these kids during that time. Didn't know the details, the ins and out, who was the aggressor, hadn't watched any news clips, didn't know the personality differences between Hunter, Austin, didn't know anything about Karmelo, anything. These were her words. And I never thought anything of it after that moment until I got to the trial and began to do in-depth research on my own. And then you fast forward, right, post-sentencing, because Karmelo Anthony has been found guilty of murder. Karmelo Anthony has been sentenced to 35 years. But her words continue to echo through my brain as Megan Metcalf continues to talk. And as Megan Metcalf describes Hunter Metcalf in the same way that that woman described him on the cruise ship. And I said, well, I be damned. I think that lady's right. Because the mother is damn near saying the same thing.
Wow. It's crazy, bro. Did Austin have the battery in his back? How many young people we know got the battery in their back? They done lost their damn lives having the battery in their goddamn back. Some of us have older guys in our neighborhood that put that damn battery in our back, and they no longer here no more. Let's keep it real. Or they serving some real time behind that damn wall. I said Mufasa ain't in no damn Lion King. His ass in jail. He ain't die in the movie, bro. His ass in jail. That's where the lions is at. The sharks don't swim around this bitch. They walk on land, and they use their goddamn arms. Do you hear what I'm saying to you, man? But think about that. But he on the news. He was my protector, this and that. Your ass probably the one that was the one. Because it seemed like your mother said it. It seemed like this other woman said it. And she white, pearly. She said the same thing about your ass. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. But we seen Usual Suspect. We seen Kaiser Sosa walk straight at the end of that movie. We seen it. Maybe his ass is Kaiser. Because he acting like it ain't him. It ain't him. We need to run for the nearest mirror and hold that shit up to Hunter's face. The hell's wrong with him? But everything that's in the dark comes to the light. And what don't come out in the wash comes out in the rinse. You hear me? Make sure y'all hitting that poll. Make sure y'all slapping that like button. Make sure y'all sharing this damn love. Okay? Let's get interactive. Let's start taking a hold of our goddamn futures. Let's stop sitting around and watching some shit, but we always supporting some fuck shit online, some fuck shit on earth, and we supporting all the bullshit around here. You see me doing lives every day? You see me chasing your money? Make sure you support what needs to be supported out here. Don't let your ass be another Megan Metcalf. And ain't no color on the Megan Metcalf. Ain't no color on the Umar Johnson or using a taker. Make sure your ass is a giver too. Ain't no color on these kinds of people on earth. Ain't no color on a good person. Do you hear me when I'm talking to you? Ain't no color on a good person. Straight up. Straight up. All right.
Not in those exact words, but damn, they're pretty stride for stride. And I said, do we have a Cain and Abel situation? And the reason I said that is because I did not watch the interview that everybody's talking about that occurred 24 to 48 hours
Ain't watch it either.
after Austin Metcalf passed away. I didn't. But we're going to watch it today. Because what I'm being told is that Hunter said, honestly, organically, genuinely in that clip, my brother always protects me.
Told you.
Even when I'm in the wrong.
Told ya.
My brother has always protected me or stood up and
And what, did you take advantage of that? My brothers was doing the same thing, but I never called my brother to come unalive something. I'm gonna do everything by my damn self. That's how I protected my brother back. You know how much shit I went through? You know how much things I went through in the streets? I have older brothers. Ask them how much times I called they asked for any of the things I've been through. That's how I protected my older brother. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? What did he do to protect his older brother? Because Austin is 4 minutes earlier than him. They twins. He's the older brother. What did he do to protect his? Start some shit up, stir some shit up, bring your brother into it. Did you take advantage knowing that he is the damn protector? Come on, bro. Shadi, you ain't live. And your ass from down there in Texas. You know what the hell going on. The hell?
took up for me. I think those were the words. My brother has always taken up for me, even when I'm wrong. And I'm going to say something that's going to be jaw-dropping. And I'm going to say it because we shoot straight from the hip over here. And I've said it before, but I haven't said it in this capacity. Karmelo Anthony is going to have to live with taking a life for the rest of his life. And I don't think anybody knows what that feels like. I think that's probably the worst things to happen to a wholesome individual, not a killer, but a wholesome individual, is to live with the fact that you've taken somebody else's life, right, wrong, and or indifferent. Self-defense, not self-defense.
Changes your mindset, changes your DNA, bro. You got to live that down. Changes you, bro, when you do those types of things. It takes a cold, callous person to get sleep at night every day after you committing unalivings. You see your victim in your dreams and your nightmares, everything. Even if you're in the right and they did something to your family and you did it right and they was trying to do something, you were unalive. You still seeing that in your visions and your dreams all day, being tortured in your nightmares, bro. It takes a cold, callous person to get good sleep after you've done these things. You think he's sleeping good? You think he's the King Vaughn, that angry man, fool ass said he is? No. The angry man is a Steve Urkel. Trying to be like his ass from the streets. His ass Urkel. Steve Urkel coming out the goddamn spaceship shit. Yeah, that's who his ass is.
I think that's a heavy burden to carry, especially for a teenager. That's the first thing. But the part that we're not talking about is the accountability on the side of the Metcalfs. And if you don't reel your son in sometime soon, and I'm talking about by 5 p.m. Central Standard Time at the end of the business day, you're setting him up for failure, if not to lose his life. You cannot support your son. You cannot enable your son to walk around on this earth and demonstrate extreme volatile behavior, physical aggression when he doesn't get his way. I don't give a damn if that's how, quote unquote, you said, that's just how he is. Ma'am, Megan Metcalf, Jeff Metcalf, we are in 2026. I don't know too many people, white, black, yellow, brown, boy, girl, woman, or child, that's going to allow your son to use them as a punching bag, verbally or physically, when he feels the need to, because he doesn't get support, he doesn't get his way. Everybody ain't built like that. Now, in one of the audio clips I'm going to play, you can hear her justifying him verbally attacking a cheerleader that he singled out. I do believe some of the information in the audio, she said that they were at a place called Race.
Do it. I don't wait for the sister to do that.
We kind of talked to Brandon about it a little bit. He didn't go into too much detail because of his, and he just said like kids were disciplined, and that.
Yeah. Yeah. So the incident was that we had played Frisco Liberty that night and lost, and we should have beat them because they hadn't won a game in like 3 years. So, you know, the whole football team was frustrated and upset, and Austin and Hunter were physically upset even at the game. Like, they got in trouble from the coaches because, like, Austin threw his helmet. Hunter was the one who's kind of more of like he would get more upset about things. He went back out on the field and finished the game. Austin was like, I'm done. He was just, there was only like 2 minutes left and he was just pissed. He was just in one of those moods. But after the game was over, him and Hunter and I know for sure one other kid who was an offensive lineman went to Cane's to eat. And I'm going to be honest with you, the cheerleaders, I loved the girls. I wasn't a fan of the coach because as a coach myself, I was a volleyball coach for a long time. You want to encourage your kids to encourage the other teams and all those kind of things. And I felt like our cheerleaders just were like,
She did it as a cheer coach. She's a cheer
what's
coach.
the point?
Yeah.
They were just like, what's the point? This is, our team's trash, this kind of thing. And the girls apparently were talking about the game and making comments about how crappy our team was. And Hunter, more than likely said something nasty to one of them because that's how he approaches things. And Austin just, when everyone was like, man, I don't understand why you guys got to be like that.
That's just how he approaches things. Because that's who he is. That's just who he is. It's nasty work, bro. That's just who he is, man. Let's keep it real, bro. Let's keep it real.
can see the screen. We're about to get into it. Here's what Megan Metcalf had to say. A punishment, some type of reinforcement could have saved Austin's life. Because nothing happens to them, it got to the point of no return. Coach Rob Starr should have stayed with his initial decision to keep them off the team when he kicked them off the track team. But because he changed his mind, because nothing ever happens to them, now Austin Metcalf is no longer here. And if you can't see the correlation to nothing happening, warning comes before destruction.
That's a fact.
There is a slew of what you want to hear. Is that how Jeff Metcalf ran his house?
Look at that.
And this is the part of the letter. Coaches, the other. Oh, my bad. I thought it was dialogue. It said Hunter went and stayed a month with Austin's girlfriend because he didn't want to see Austin's room. Megan Metcalf.
Nasty work.
It's taking a second.
Lost it. He got very upset, and the investigator came over, talked to him for a few minutes, and when he turned back around, he had a badge on, so he was able to be in there to hear the guilty verdict, which
Could have called him if they wanted to.
he absolutely could have been. Yes, that's why he was not allowed in the courtroom. So
Thank you.
Originally, Hunter had said, "I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. I don't want," and of course, prosecutor was like, "Hey, you're on our witness list. We're going to see how the trial goes, depending on if we'll call you or not, blah, 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 whatever." And so then after he heard that the prosecution had rested and that and then defense started up on that Saturday, he's like, "Can I come up on Monday?" And he was like, "Well, you can come, but until they call you, you can't come into the courtroom still." And so he was frustrated, but then, when they completed their defense on Monday, he decided to come up on Tuesday, and he was there Tuesday, and of course couldn't go in for closing arguments because it still was potential witness. I guess I don't know how that works. Maybe Florida girl can help me with that, but they just said that he still couldn't be in the courtroom. And then the prosecution had mentioned that when they came up with the verdict, they came down to let us know. Hunter was like, "Where's my badge? I'm ready to go in." And they were like, "No," because of sentencing portion, whatever. They were trying to get him and Han, and I'm just looking at him. I'm not even paying attention to what they're saying to him anymore. And he lost it. He got very upset. And the investigator.
Oh, he lost it again. Well, I be damned. In a court of law, lost it again. He lost it. Here we go. No, Hunter did not. Y'all got to listen. Hunter did not explode to keep from testifying. That's not what it's saying. Hunter wanted in the courtroom.
That's what he did.
And he's not allowed in the courtroom because he could be called as a witness. And he threw a fucking temper tantrum and he bullied his way into the courtroom. He did not throw a temper tantrum to keep from testifying. He threw a temper tantrum. He lost it to get his way. Y'all got to make sure y'all listen so that you can convey the proper information when you're in these social media debates.
Investigator came over, talked to him for a few minutes, and when he turned back around, he had a badge on, so he was able to be in there to hear the guilty verdict. Which,
do you understand what's happening here psychologically? You are teaching your son that volatile behavior will get him his way in this world. Your son has no coping skills. He rages out. And so far it's worked because you validate it every time he does it. You go on platforms, you condone it, ma'am. You condone it. Here we go.
I think was good for him to hear and be in there. But I think the prosecution also was concerned because if the jury saw him how that would be, how that would play in sentencing portion. They just were trying to make sure there was no swaying of any kind, and no one even noticed he was in there because he was in the corner of the room.
You hear her bragging how they were able to tuck him away in a corner. Now, how would you know no one noticed? That means you did it and you knew you weren't supposed to do it, and you were looking around to monitor everybody's facial expressions, to monitor what everybody else was looking at, to ensure nobody noticed.
So I don't think even the jury knew he was in there, to be quite honest. You stand up and sit down when the jury comes in and out, but no, he could have been called at any time.
So can we ask you,
never
came in after
what they're saying to him anymore.
Wow. There you have it. There you have it. I told you I was going to run it down for you today, and I did. Megan Metcalf's leaked audio paints her son, Hunter Metcalf, as aggressive and volatile, and not just towards Karmelo Anthony, but that's just how he is. In her words, I'm going to open up the lines. Let's go. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Oh, good, good. Simp God says, I'm going to be reviewing this one. Absolutely.
Simp God reviewing that. Simp God.
Megan Metcalf paints
Austin
Metcalf as aggressive. Her words are, that's just how he, not even aggressive, lost it. He's beyond that. That's just how he is.
Nasty work, bro. That's just how he is, bro. Did the wrong twin get unalived? Were they both aggressive? That woman that she met in real life said that it was Hunter, really. Austin wasn't really living like that. His own mama said that. Is she just painting that picture? But this is after everything's done. She could say, Austin's not like that. Because remember, he's passed away, bro. She could say Hunter, he be chilling. He ain't really like that. The woman just speaking her mind, man. But condoning and caping and capping for some of these actions. He done tucked himself away in the courtroom. They said, don't go in there. You could be called as a witness. You think he cared? Why the defense ain't called his ass? Why nobody ain't called his ass? That defense was lackluster and shite. Let's keep it real with each other. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. I just did a video about the Fifth Court of Appeals, the appeal process, the new team that he got 6 lawyers, not just the 3 that we know, Gary Bledsoe, Brooke Cluse, and Russell Wilson II. Got 3 other lawyers, got a dream team of lawyers now that's representing them now. Because remember, they're going up against the state of Texas. The Texans got everything to bear on you. They got all. They got everything. Shoe versus Texas. Everybody could just see Karmelo being that person. If Karmelo was that person like that, I'm asking you a question right now. And I want you to think for yourselves. Think out the box. Don't listen to no TV screen telling lie to your vision. Don't listen to that. Use your head. You've been alive for how long? Use your mind. Why didn't they go into his speckled past? We see the news so many days when somebody gets unalived by an officer or some shit like that. They probably never had a blemish on their record. They go right back into, one day he was like 5, 6, 7 years old, 10 years old. He stole some candy. They're going to anything he's done. If the prosecution had all those things on Karmelo, don't you think they would have brought them up? Why y'all out here bringing it up? Why is Angry Man talking about he's a king bomb? Shut up, sir. The prosecution didn't even say that. But you saying it? Shut up. You ain't no lawyer. You're not no lawyer, sir. And my question to some people is, if this was your child, would you think the same way? Would you think the same way? On both sides. These were 2 children. I don't think his defense did enough to humanize him and make him understand that he was a kid when this happened. They both didn't understand what they were getting themselves into, both Austin and both Karmelo and everybody else that was involved in that shit, that acting like they ain't involved. Probably filming that shit, edging it on, and whatever else they was doing. Let's keep it a buck. What school you went to? People wasn't around hyping shit up? No batteries was put in no backs. Okay. It changed because they in Texas? It changed because they under a goddamn tent? When it changed? Use your head. Think for yourself. Don't make nobody think for you. Think for yourself. Hunter was the initial instigator of that situation. He's the first person to approach Karmelo. Austin accelerated the situation by putting his hands on him and pressing the situation even more. But what did Hunter chump ass do? Allegedly act like he was running after Karmelo, ran back to his brother. You wasn't doing nothing, sir. So whatever happened to your brother, why you ain't pop off? How your mother and your father gonna look at you like a damn chump? They seen the video. Keep it real. Because you popping it. But when it all go down, what you gonna do? That's why you on the news saying, he was my protector. We bet. Because you all about fluff, sir. You got anger issues, sir. And you do. Untreated issues. Mental issues. Yeah. And you probably got some of them from your parents. Because they ain't telling you nothing wrong, nothing right, I mean. They telling you the wrong damn thing. They condoning your behaviors. So what's it going to do for you, brother? What is it going to do for you? What is it going to do for you? They all were kids. I get it. Trust me, I get it. And I empathize with everyone involved in this situation. I do. Honestly, I do. I don't pray for Austin to be unalive and for Karmelo to be doing 35. Point blank period, bro. But he needs to take accountability, bro. Even if Karmelo did what they be saying or they saying they convicted that he did, what did you do, Hunter? What did you do? You're as equally to blame for it. You're equally to blame for it. And I doubt you're sleeping good at night, just like Nick said in the chat, Nick Newby. I doubt you're sleeping at night, brother. I doubt it. And I empathize with that. I do. I do. But we got people online caping and capping and not saying what his own mama's saying. Who are you? Do you know them better than their mother? Do you know them boys better than their own mama? That's my question to you. So what you talking about? What you talking about? You think it's okay for young boys to talk about his hands is bisexual? He putting them on boys and girls, and the girl's so scared. She's saying, please don't tell them that I said this. Because I'm scared of what they might do. They might do. Not him. Or he might do. They might do. Think about these things. I want y'all to think for yourselves. Do not make nobody think for you. Think for yourselves, man. Think for yourselves. Sad situation, bro. Sad situation. But Hunter, he ain't growing right. You got to blame the parents, bro. Got to blame the parents. We already seen his outbursts of his father when the gag order was lifted. The mother speaking out now. She ain't doing no better than Jeff did. Her sentiments sound the same way that that girl was a cheerleader sounds like she's talking about him. Man's aggressive. He's violent. Needs help. Did you spend any of that money that y'all got in fundraising, whatever y'all got? Did you spend any of that to help him to get a therapist or something to go through some of the traumas besides his adverse childhood experiences, for him losing his brother, him witnessing what happened? Is he getting some therapy? What are they doing as parents to help him? Help him to be a better person. What are they doing? What are some of us doing? Just coping and caping for the bullshit? That's what we doing. Karmelo is convicted. He already got punished. He's being punished every day. They said they already actually harassing him already. He's going through it already. Do you think he's the only one that should be punished in this situation? Or is there more punishments to go around? It's not about picking a side, man. It's about what's right. It's about what's right. It's nasty work, bro. Whole situation is nasty work. But Hunter got some issues. He got some issues. And he been had issues way before his brother passed away. So he got issues on top of issues. Okay? He does. And they need to be doing something to help him before he goes about unaliving something or something happens to him and he gets unalived. That's a fact. Because that untreated anger ain't going to do nothing for him. It's going to cause him to lash out and crash out. That's all it's going to cause him to do. That's all it's going to cause him to do. Sad work, man. Regardless of the fact, like I said, my heart goes out to both families. Even if people acting racist, whatever, bro, I'm not racist. My heart goes out to both families. They both lost their sons. One to the grave and one to the prison system, bro. We don't know if Karmelo's going to make it out of there, bro. We don't know. We don't know. Look at my friend. One of my friends went to prison, bro, on Rikers Island somewhere. Bro, they talking about he got an asthma attack. Bro, you know what these people be doing to you, bro? You know what these guards do to you, man? And that was in New York. That wasn't even in a place like Texas, a southern place, bro. You know what get realer than that? My cousin went to jail in Texas, did 15 years in prison in Texas. He spoke to me about it, bro. He was a shark. He was a wolf. He was a lion. He was a bear. He was any of those animals that's predatory animals that's out here that would do something to somebody. He was one of those animals on in the 80s and all that time. Yeah, my older cousin. But the stories of what happened in that prison is real, son. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. We must understand that it's not a joke. So no matter what side of the fence you're on, always leave comments. Go to all my videos, man. I did a video on this too. Read the email, brought up the audio of Megan. Go in my video section. Make sure y'all all go over there and drop a like on that shit. Hype that shit if you can. Drop likes on any of the videos in the video section. Drop likes on my last couple of lives I did. One is about the Fifth Court of Appeals, the appeal process. The next one is, did the prosecutors hide evidence, Brady materials, cow evidence in this case? Did his defense ask for it to obtain it? Did they look for it? Go watch those lives. Go watch those videos that I'm uploading. Go see the short section. Drop likes on everything. Everything ain't about $1. Everything is not about $1. Make sure we interactive. Make sure we helping somebody else. Make sure we not being takers. Hell, you is Liam Neeson. Let us not all be takers. Givers. There's no color on a Megan Metcalf that's being negligent as a parent. And ain't no color on an Umar Johnson ass person that just want to take from every goddamn body. Learn to be a giver. Maybe more things will come your way. Especially if you believe in that God and that Jesus that I believe in and Jeff Metcalf's supposed to believe in. See me being racist to him? I heard what he said, bro. I heard it. That don't mean I'm going to be racist to him. He lost his son, bro. I can understand that. Okay? Take a certain kind of person to empathize with a person that don't empathize. Jesus did it. So we got the real representations of what we need to be thinking and acting like and moving like on this earth. We need to show it and stop thinking we know it because we all read a book and we all read a scripture, be it Bible, be it Quran, be it whatever you thought you read. Let us put it into action. Let us start showing what we know. And we living on earth already, so a book shouldn't have to tell you how to be a good person, how to have empathy, how to look out for someone else besides yourself. A book shouldn't have to tell you that. You should be able to open your heart like you open that book. Do for someone today. And don't worry about yourself. You'll see how many blessings come your way. If you're a man listening to my voice, I want you to help a younger guy. Drop jewels on him. Help him not to get caught up in these streets, caught up with the straps, caught up with the pokers, caught up with the drugs. Help them to not go through some of the things. The jail system, help them. And if you're a woman listening to my voice, help a young woman, help a young girl to not go through some of these things, get caught up with the knucklehead, get caught up in situations. She run around, riding around for her friend, all type of thing. Maybe be unalive too. That's what we can do. The children are the future, and we need to help them. Karmelo need a person come talk to him too. Yo, what's up with you, son? But you got that knife in your bag for what happened, son? Yo, some people being racist to me. We don't know what he was going to say. We never got a chance to hear it. But we need to be tapped in with our young people. We may never get accredited for it. We may never. But we're not doing everything to get a blessing. You're not doing everything to get a blessing. And you heard what I told you. I want the men to talk to younger men, and I want the women to talk to younger women. We don't want to mix the spices, man. That's how we get that PDF action and all them other actions going on. I'm not with it. We protecting our kids out here. We don't need nobody trying to use no game on somebody like you, the one that schooled them to the game. And now you're trying to use their for their body parts. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're tired of it. Okay? We're tired of all that shit. Okay? Do our jobs out here as elders, as older people. Help somebody younger than you. Drop some jewels on them. You already know any of my chats, I make sure I drop a 7. That's how we say God is great on my channel. That's one of my mottos here. You drop a 7 in any one of my chats. That's how we say God is great and Jesus is great. Point blank, period. I don't care if you believe in one or the other, both of them, period. Period. That's how I was able to change my life in a lot of ways. God and Jesus did that, bro. My life probably ain't changed fully, bro. I got a lot of PTSD and trauma from things I did. I done seen 10 of my friends die in 1 year. I done seen a lot of my friends go behind that wall. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years one of my friends got. It's a fact. Sometimes I have survivor's remorse to say, damn, why am I still alive? Why is my friend Mike's not here? Why did he get hit in his face? Why? Why was Wade, my homeboy, when we was 12, coming from school and he had on red? Why did they hit him up? Why? Does God have a plan for me? I didn't plan on being alive past at least 18 or 25. I didn't know. I had no plans for that, bro. Growing up where I grew up. But God made a way. Believe in God today. Jesus is great. Trust me when I'm telling you, regardless of what you think. Trust me. 7s in any one of my chats. That's how you say God is great. That's how you say Jesus is great. If you didn't say God is great today, say it now. You don't know. Be your last goddamn breath. You don't get a chance to say it. I'm going to say it in front of y'all. God is great. Jesus is real and great. You know what I'm telling you? I just told y'all it. Remember, I told y'all that. I'm not here to lie to no one online. Everybody's faking, trying to be something. I don't got to be nothing. I'm trying not to be the shit that I come from. I'm trying not to. But every day I'm pushed to a point, bro. But God is great, and I just ask him to just don't leave me to my own devices. Please don't leave me for a second, because that's that second where I'm going to get my ass caught up too. Please don't leave me. Please. The thoughts I think in my head, I think about unaliving every goddamn day. The only time I didn't think about it when I was outside the country. That's why I get out this fucking country every chance I get. Because every time I'm everywhere else, I never think about unaliving nothing. I feel at peace. I feel at peace, yo. God is real. Jesus is real now. I love y'all all. Thank you for supporting the channel, dropping by, dropping like. Queen B, I see you, Queen. Salute to you for dropping that 7. That's what we're talking about. That is more to me than even $1. That means a lot. I mean, I spoke to someone and I got somebody to say, God is great today. And that's the blessing. Everything is not about what we're going to get. Be a giver today. Everything gives on earth. The sun to the tree, to the dirt, to the soil, the water, everything given to each other. Nothing got to take from each other. They all give into each other. And that's life. They give a part of themselves to become something else. Everyone gives a part of themselves. What's the difference between you and me? There's no difference. I love y'all all, man. Shout out to my girl, Queen Sheba. I know y'all already subscribed to my sis. You know, she up there. But make sure you subscribe to Queen Sheba, man. Very passionate. I spent 40 days at Diddy trial with her. Most definitely a blessed soul, man. Shout out to her, my girl, Neek. Love them. It's my sisters, bro. Feel me? Very beautiful women. But ask them if I was just a brother to them. Trying to be with you, trying to date you. Just a brother to you. Everybody look at you like you a steak. Not that guy. And I'm an attractive man myself. I can attract some shit. Don't get it twisted. Think about what I'm saying to you. But ask women that have been around me, do I act like that? It's not what it's about. I'm going to get whatever comes to me, what I deserve or whatever really comes to me. It's all right, bro. You don't got to be that way. We could be all right with our sisters, be cool, support our sisters, defend them without having to get nothing back from them as men. And we could do that for our brothers too as men. Let us make sure that we're helping the young people out here, though. Make sure that we're doing that. Let's start doing our job today. Help somebody that's younger than you, man. And don't think about getting anything back from it. Don't think about getting accredited for it. It's okay. It's all right. You did your job. You've helped the future. You always talking about the future is not going to be this and that. That's how we help the future, by helping the young people. Maybe we could stop a Karmelo and an Austin situation. Maybe we could pull a young kid out of a drill car. Maybe we could stop a girl from going out somewhere, probably going to be missing in a minute, be kidnapped some goddamn where. You hear me? Let us help our young people out here. Let's do our jobs, yo. Let's protect the children. Let's protect our young people. Let's protect each other too. Ain't no color on a good person. But make sure we all protecting our young people. Okay? Oh, that's a fact, Nicole. You know the vibe. You know the vibe. A lot of people switched on me because people weaponized against my child. That's what happened, bro. That's why I fell back, bro. I supported everybody. I go to war for my people. Dead ass serious. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. But people weaponize against my child, dox my goddamn child and all type of shit because they like a girl that I introduced their ass to. You can have to talk to us every day. I don't care. I'm the one who introduced you to these people, bro. You mad because the woman tell you that she liked me? The fuck she didn't even tell me she liked me. She told your dumb ass. You go about weaponizing against me, doxing me and my goddamn child, and weaponizing against my child. The only thing that led me to curse out motherfuckers for real on this line, bro. I built a channel at first trying to bring my people together called Community. One community, bro. It's the only thing that did it. The only women I ever cursed out on this motherfucker is because they supported people like that. I'm not with that shit. Because them people never gonna go out the window and jump out the window and come defend you like I'm gonna defend you and not want nothing from you, and I don't want your damn ass, your body, or your damn titties. Shit is real out here. Shit is real out here. We're dealing with insecure people out here, bro. I'm not these insecure ass men. The fuck I look like? I'm not them. I know who the fuck I am. God made me know since 6 years old when I was hit by a car and put in a fucking body cast. That's what happened to me. And God struck me and he told me, even after they told me I wouldn't walk no more. God told me I was going to walk. I was 6. I was confident and I walked again. It's not no joke. I'm telling you, man. I swear to God and Jesus when I'm talking to you. On Jesus' feet, I'm talking to you, man. Not lying to any of you people. That's why I fell back from YouTube, man. I'm not here for the dumb shit. I'm not here to play. And still in all, I've never doxed nobody. I've never weaponized against nobody, goddamn kid. Come on. God is great that I never did. Because if I did, I'd have became just like them that did it to me. What would have been the difference? Why was I making all the noise I made if I became the same thing? God is great, man. Protecting me, bro. He can protect you too. Shout out to you, Nicole. You know the vibe, man. Trust me, man. I'm not here to lie to anybody, bro. People faking, trying to be something. I don't want to be nothing, bro. I don't. God is great. Jesus is great. Drop 7s in my chat. That's all I want to tell you. That's all I told you every day at that Diddy trial. That devil-ass trial. That's all I told you every day. Did you see anybody there telling you that? Go through all my videos. I got a playlist. Go through every single day that I was at that trial. And God put me there for 40 days and 40 nights. Every day I told you God was great. Drop 7s in that chat for God and Jesus. And I didn't beg you every day for your money. I didn't do that. I want you to remember that. Go and check it. Fact check it. And see if I'm lying to you. Go look for yourselves. You got eyes, right? Go look. Go look and see if I'm lying to you. Did I beg you today? Did I beg you any day? I'm here for my people. God has protected me for a reason. I got survivor's remorse. My friends are dead in jail, bro. I got survivor's remorse, bro. Why am I still here? But God shows me every day why I'm here. Because I'm not going to stand aside and watch some shit happen. I'm going to step the fuck up and help a motherfucker out here. I don't care where you are, who you are, what color the fuck you are, what walk of life. We're going to help each other out here. And we're going to be helpful. We're going to be full of help. And we're going to inspire other people to help. We're going to inspire people to say God is great and Jesus is great and real. We're going to inspire them. And they're going to feel the same electricity that I feel in my veins. That's why my energy is always up. I don't drink coffee, nothing like that. I do no drugs. My energy is on 1,000. It's God did it. It's him doing it. Trust me when I told y'all. I love y'all, man. I love y'all for real. Just know that. I love y'all. Never did, Nicole. Never did, bro. But how many people have I helped? Whether they change or not, it's all right. I forgive everybody. I don't care, bro. It's all right. I love everybody, bro. I miss everybody. Trust me. Ooda. Always on go. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit notify. Hype this video. Hype some videos on my channel. Drop likes on stuff. Drop 7s in the chats or any chat. Make sure I'm seeing that. Y'all saying God is great. Jesus is great. Jesus is real. God is real. Make sure I see that, man. Salute to all of y'all, man. I love y'all all, man.
All my niggas from the Uda. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn racks. All my niggas turn shooters. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn racks. All my niggas from the Uda. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn racks. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. You been stuck in a computer. Show me the proof. All my niggas turn shooters. All my niggas from the Uda. Welcome to the Uda. All my niggas from the Uda. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn racks. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. You been stuck in a computer. Show me the proof. All my niggas turn shooters. All my niggas from the Uda. Welcome to the Uda. All of my niggas insane. They tryna catch a mistake. Young niggas putting in pain. It in the game, all for the game. Niggas ain't playing for nothing. Went in school, laying it bang. My little nigga kill my little nigga. Full-time job not to kill niggas. Jump off the porch of the field, nigga. You was in the house, I'm a field nigga. No fuck boys around real niggas. Been a drug dealer since a little nigga, huh? So get a kilo, they'll kill a nigga. Fuck how you feel, nigga. To get some kilos, I'll kill a nigga too. Throw that rock like I'm Montana. Good head, raise my antennas. G49, not San Fran. Beat the box with my bandana. Then I dip set like I'm Santana. I'm in UK like that Montana. She bring me money, you press her. You got a jug and finesse her. I give a dick that'll change your life. You leave a change on the dresser. Shorty, a wetty. That pussy ready, get ready. Don't wanna get ahead of myself, but I want the head for the Getty. She said she fuck with the Uda. I tell her open the Chevy. All my niggas from the Uda. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn racks. All my niggas.
Yo, listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. Good. Even my young boy right there that's in the video, my little bro, he's even dead now. It's my young brother, my little bro. He's even gone. He's gone too. All right, honey, man. A girl ran him over with a car. An older girl that he was dating, or just, I guess he had sex with him. She hit him and ran him over with a car, crushed him against a building. Do you hear me? He made it out the streets, right? Went somewhere else. We done evaded some of the things that we've been through. Done went to another place and got hit by a girl hit him with a car. Unalive my young brother, bro. And I went to his wake, bro. Looked at his brothers in the eye, bro. I don't get it, bro. I just don't get it. Y'all never get it, bro. Straight. Peace and blessing to all of y'all. Hopefully you all are safe, yo. God and protect your family and anybody you got left. Treasure them. Cherish them. Tomorrow's not promised.